You better love me again. You better love me again.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be ranking all the guns in Apex Legends as of Season 10 in a tier list. Now before hopping into the video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, I will make sure some good gameplay for Roblox, Splitgate, and Apex gets uploaded to your YouTube feed. Okay, so to begin us off, I could not find any gun tier list on the website, so I had to make it on my own. That's why this looks like this. I apologize for that. So, okay, let me just make things clear for the S plus tier. So the S plus tier is for the care package weapons, so I'm just gonna put them over there. The alternator, where is it? I can't find it. Okay, the Quaver, the Spitfire, and my bad. I can't figure out what's what. Okay, so that's the S plus tier done. Nothing else is going there. Okay, now to start us off in the D tier, there are two guns in D tier. This is my opinion, by the way. P20, pretty self-explanatory. It's a pistol. Pistols are supposed to be bad. Except for the wingman, though, for some reason. I just hit my mic, my bad. Okay, now the next gun in D tier is the Mozambique. And you guys know the Mozambique is D tier. It is good now. It is good, but I can't use it. This is for me. This is not for you guys, right? I cannot use the P20 or the Mozambique. I just can't. It's impossible. Alright, so that's D tier. Now moving on to C tier. The first gun in C tier for me, right? For me, I have to make this clear, it's for me. The first gun in C tier is the RE45. It's a solid weapon. It's good. It's amazing. I love it. But it has its downsides. It's easy to control. That's an upside. It doesn't do much damage. That's a downside. It doesn't have much shots. The fire rate's kind of weird. Right? So yeah, it's just the RE45 is just a classic auto pistol. That's why it's in the C tier. And now for the next gun in C tier, in my opinion, we have the longbow. That is the longbow, right? Yeah, that is the longbow. Okay, now for the reason I have the longbow in C tier is because I don't like it at all. I know it got huge buffs, right? It's OP, but I don't like it. I just don't. That's literally the explanation I have. I just don't like the longbow. So yeah, I mean, it is good, dude. If you know how to use it, it's like S tier. But I don't know how to use it, so it's C tier for me. Now that's it for C tier. Now for B tier, this is where most of the stuff's gonna go. So for the first gun in B tier is the Sentinel. I have put the Sentinel in B tier because, I mean, come on, it's the Sentinel. It's like one of the most I mean, you can only do good with it if you hit your shots. Basically, it's not forgiving at all. If you miss, like, it's pretty much game over, right? And if you charge it and if you have gold armor, it'll only take one shield cell. That's a good feature. That's a good thing about it. And I love the Sentinel because it's so satisfying when you hit that headshot, bro. The quick scope, the no scopes, dude. That's why I have the Sentinel in B tier. And now for the next gun in B tier, for me, it's the charge rifle. I mean, it is the charge rifle. It is hands down the most annoying gun in this game. But still, I don't like it because it is hit scan. It is broken, right? Because of the range and stuff. But I just don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it, bro. I don't like snipers. Quote that. I don't like snipers. That's it. It does good damage, does stupid damage. It's hit scan. The downside is its iron sight's bad, and you kind of need a sniper sight for it. It's very bad mid-range to close range. It's super annoying only in long range, right? That's why it's in B tier. Now, for the next gun in B tier for me, This might surprise some people, but it's the Mastiff. I don't like the Mastiff. Right? The nerfs and stuff it got, it just ruined the Mastiff for me. They should buff it a bit. They should buff it so it can go up to A tier, but for now it's in B tier. I mean, I used to love the gun, right? But then they nerfed it and stuff. I don't remember exactly what they did to it, but I do know they nerfed it. So, yeah, remember in Season 5, everyone was using a Mastiff. And now no one barely uses the Mastiff. Shotguns are kind of out of the meta right now. So yeah, that's why the Mastiff's there. And now for the next gun in B tier, this also might surprise a lot of people. Peacekeeper. Okay, I'm gonna come out and say, I hate the Peacekeeper. I hate it. I despise it. I hate every inch about that gun. Every inch. I know it does stupid damage. I know it's a good gun if you have good aim, and I don't have good aim. That's basically what I'm saying here. I do not have good aim. I can't hit any shots with it. I cannot. It's actually impossible for me to hit a shot with it, right? So that's why it's in B tier. The next in B tier is a marksman, the bow. I mean, I think the bow's in B tier for almost everyone in Apex Legends. Because no one really knows how to do good with it. No one's found a method to hit every shot. Like, you know, most guns have a technique and stuff. But I do know some people. One of my friends, his name's Kaikok. He's amazing with the bow. Because, like, he played Hanzo in Overwatch. So, he knows how a bow works and stuff. But if you're like me and you hate the bow, you don't know how to use it, it'll be in B tier. But if you're like just Kaiko, who I just said, who was a Hanzo main in Overwatch, you're probably insane with the bow. And that's why the bow is in B tier. Now for the next gun in B tier, we have the EVA 8. Like if we're talking last season, it's S plus tier. Not even kidding, S plus. But now that it got a nerf and the fire rate nerf, the shotgun bolt nerf, all of that, it's dropped down to B tier. It's actually impossible to hit 3 consecutive shots for me with the EVA, honestly. So, wow. Why did my chair sound like that, bro? Okay, I'm sorry for that. So that's why the EVA is in B tier. And now for the next gun in B tier, we have the Havoc. This is the uncharged Havoc. If we're talking about the turbocharged Havoc, that's going S tier. S tier right here. But this is the uncharged version. The uncharged version, the only downside of it is the charge up time, really. Charge up time, and sometimes the recoil can go a bit out of control for me. Sometimes, once in a while. And yeah, the amount of time it takes to shoot is very annoying. I have lost I can say at least 40 fights because the Havoc took way too long to start shooting, right? But there are moments where I pre-fire them, right? Before they peek, it's charged up and I destroy them. I take like 10 damage and they're dead. That's why it's in B tier. It's a balanced gun, basically. Now, for the next gun in B tier, we have the Hemlock. Now, the reason why I have the Hemlock in B tier is because the boosted loader gave it an indirect buff, which I like. I don't think the Hemlock's that good with the boosted loader. It's just extra shots. But with the Wingman, that's where the boosted loader makes a difference. I'll talk about it when we reach the Wingman's ranking. But spoiler alert, is in S tier. So yeah, Hemlock is in B tier because the burst mode absolutely destroys close range if you hit your shots, and the single fire is so annoying. But it doesn't do that stupid damage in mid range or to long range where you're supposed to use the gun. That's why I have it in B tier. Now for the next weapon in B tier, we have nothing. That's it for the B tier. Now moving on to the A tier, the first gun in the A tier is the 30-30 repeater. If you're talking last season, it will be B tier. but now that it got buffs and stuff, it's A tier. The gun's amazing, basically. It shoots fast. It shoots so fast right now. It does a lot of damage. It's easy to hit headshots with it. That's why I love it. It's so easy to hit headshots with it for me personally. That's why I have it in A tier. I was about to say B tier there. And the next gun in A tier is a marksman like the 3030, the G7 Scout. Now, why I have the G7 Scout here is because it's basically the same thing as 3030. It's basically a 3030 that does less damage, but you can spam the hell out of it. That's basically the description of a scout. So, like, when for me personally, like, I'm a 3030 user, right? And I'm not hitting my shots with the 3030. I go, screw the 3030, give me the scout. Then I just spam my shots and they just hit, you know? Yeah, so that's why I have the G7 in the A tier. For the next gun in A tier, we have the L-Star. The L-Star is in A tier from, if you're talking last season again, C tier. This season it got a huge buff. You can add extended max to it, barrel stabilizers, they reduce the recoil again. It's an actual laser beam right now. And it also shoots energy bullets, which are pretty easy to find in my opinion right now. So that's why I have the L-Star in A tier. Now for the next weapon in A tier, I have the Devotion. I love to use the Devotion in arenas. I'm like the Devotion spammer in the arenas. So I have the Devotion. If you're talking turbocharge, bro, S plus, but it's not. Well, I don't have a turbocharger. So this is without turbocharger. It's A tier. Once you ramp it up, it absolutely destroys people. But if both of you start shooting at each other at the same time, the chances are pretty high you're gonna lose. Because it takes that time. It goes like choo 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 choo, right? Instead of like choo, it goes choo choo choo. I know, it's hard to understand. I know I'm cringe. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's why I have the Devotion in A tier. Now for the next weapon in A tier, we have the Flatline. The Flatline is in the A tier because personally, the recoil of the Flatline is very easy for me to control. I know some people have difficult time with it, but the reason why I do not have it in S tier and instead have it in the A tier is because I mess up with it sometimes, and sometimes I freaking whiff a whole magazine. And my opponent has like let's say a Havoc or an R99. We're both fighting close range. I miss one or two headshots and he lasers me. That like always happens to me. That's why I have the Flatline in A tier. Now for the next weapon in A tier, there are no last weapons in A tier. All of these are S tier. First weapon in S tier is the Volt. The Volt is in S tier because, come on, it has no recoil. The iron sight's amazing. It uses energy, it's pretty easy to find. And the max sight is decent at best. And you can, if you put a level 4 barrel stabilizer on it, it basically has no recoil. You can beam with it, like straight up go. Like laser beam bro. Now for the next weapon in S tier, we have the Rampage. The Rampage LMG, the new gun in season 10. Everyone's hyped about it, and when on the first day of season 10, I was like, bro, this Rampage gun is so broken. I want the Spitfire back. And now I just realized, no, the Rampage is worse than the Spitfire. Screw the Spitfire. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone had that phase. I'm not sure though. So it has a slow fire rate, yeah, but you can take care of that with the Thermite. And as I said in my last Legend Geos video, your Fuse, who can carry 2 grenades in one slot, so he can carry, that's basically 2 boosted Rampages in one inventory slot. Only if he picks up 2, like, you know what I mean. And it's a laser beam, it has no recoil. Shoots very slow, so it's very easy to beam with it. from mid-range to long range. At close range, though, you kind of need the thermite. You need the thermite boost. But besides from the thermite boost requirement at close range, it's an S tier weapon. Now for the next weapon, in S tier, we have the R99. The R99 is an S tier because, you know what? I'm gonna add another weapon to the A tier, the Wingman. The Wingman is an A tier because it's the streamer weapon, but it's not forgiving at all. It's like the least forgiving gun. It's like the second least forgiving gun in this game besides the Sentinel. Like if you miss, let's say, 2 shots, pretty much GG's. Right? And you kind of need a pay-to-win skin to hit all your shots with it. And if the Skull Piercer was still in the game, I would put it in S tier, but it's not in the game. The boosted lower is a good replacement though. So I don't think they should bring back Skull Piercer ever again. So Wingman, A tier. Now for the next weapon in S tier, it's the second best weapon in Apex Legends beside from these care package weapons, is the Prowler SMG. Now on the first day of season 10, everyone was like, bro, give me a rampage, give me a rampage. There are some people who were like, bro, I need the Prowler. And those people absolutely decimated. Literally 2 taps of their controller or 2 clicks of their mouse. People were dying left, right, and center to the Prowler. It did so much damage, they pushed out a hot nerf for it, but I don't think it wasn't enough. It needs a bigger nerf. So that's why I have the Prowler in S tier. Now for the best gun in Apex Legends in my opinion, the R301. The reason now I have the R301 in S tier is because it's a freaking laser beam. It should be called the Laser Beam 301. Okay, that sounded weird. Do not call it that. It's basically a laser beam. It's like the easiest gun to laser with in this game besides the Rampage. It does a lot of damage close range. You can use pretty much any side of the game with it and you'll still do good. You don't really need a mag, but it really helps out because I remember having a naked R3, right? No attachments, right? And I beamed a person. I hit every shot. He's 1 HP, but I have to reload, and I get killed still then, or the guy runs away. That like always happens to me. So, besides from that, you need a mag. It's literally the perfect gun. Actually, the perfect gun. If we're talking real life, perfect gun. And that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.